Another video today. We're going to be doing another kind of reaction video to another article on Bleacher Report. Christopher Knox made it. It's going to be first round rookie report card halfway through the midseason mark on the season. Just kind of seeing where the rookies are at, going through the whole first round, all 32 prospects, and seeing where they're at here. So I'll give my kind of reaction to it, what I think they should be at, and we'll just kind of go. But before we start that, the first thing I want to get to is please, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. We just hit 770, I think, yesterday or maybe this morning. So thank you for that. We're still continuing to grow, trying to get to 1,000 at least by the end of the year. Hopefully we can get that done, but definitely going to want to stick around. And also, right now, head over to the comment section below. Just let me know what you guys want to see on this channel. If you want me to put more Madden gameplay up, I haven't done Madden in a long time, so I could start doing Madden gameplay. I can go back and play old football games, so like I could play Blitz the League or Madden 11 or those old games that are kind of classics. Do more of these videos. Start doing the 7-round mock drafts. Do more mock drafts. I can do NBA content with that coming up as well. I'm going to be able to do all of those, and they will come within time, but if there's something that you guys prefer to do, so definitely let me know in the comment section below. But without further ado, we're going to kind of get into this one. I definitely think that this is going to be interesting just because I saw the Twitter headline. I was like, oh, I got to click on it, and I saw one rookies that should be a pretty big surprise. So we're going to go through this and go and just see how we go. So we can actually click the next button here. So the first one's obviously Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, first overall pick. I think this is definitely a good one. They haven't really translated to wins, but I don't think it's his fault. But I think he's proven that he's a top quarterback prospect. I mean, he's already one of the leading passers in the league yards-wise. So I would give this probably an A+, and they give it an A. So I'm not mad about that at all. I think right now he has the Rookie of the Year, but Herbert's right behind him. I think Herbert's going to steal it if he keeps playing how he does. Claypool's having an amazing rookie year for himself, so that's another big one. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone, but we'll obviously get to them, and I'll be able to react more and more. But, yeah, definitely not the greatest because of the wins total, but other than that, Burrow's been playing amazing. Can't really complain about him. Chase Young, he's done very good. He's been hurt a little bit. I could probably give this like an A minus because it really hasn't done anything for them. Probably B plus at the lowest, so they give it a B. I'm okay with this one. So 2.5 sacks, 5 quarterback pressures, and 15 tackles in his season. So the thing is, Chase Young is exactly what we thought he was going to be. He's going to be a very good edge rusher throughout his NFL career. The problem I had with it during draft night and to this day is the last thing they needed on their team was another edge rusher. They have Kerrigan, they have Ioannidis, they have Payne, they have what's the other D tackle's name? Totally blanking out. But they have another D tackle too, Jonathan Allen. On top of having guys in their linebacker core that are absolutely phenomenal as well. So it really was it wasn't weird because he was the best prospect in this class without a shadow of a doubt. But for the fact of them getting him at number 2 when we've seen their secondary is astronomically bad. There's really nothing good about the secondary there. Nobody in the offensive side that's worth a value. They would have been good taking a Tua or Herbert here, but they still believed in Haskins at the time. Gibson was an amazing find later in the draft, but wide receiver-wise, somebody to help out McLaurin. Tight end-wise, tight ends haven't really panned out with this draft yet, but I thought this was a perfect time for them to trade down, but they wanted to pick Chase Young, and he is going to be a staple for their franchise, but hasn't really translated to much on the field. Their defense is insane, though. It is a very scary front seven. So I agree with the B there. Third is Jeff Okudah for the Lions. I haven't seen much of Okudah, but I've seen him play well. So I'd give this one probably an A. They give it a C. Wow, okay, what's wrong with him? He didn't make his debut until week 2. He faced off against Julio Jones, Devontae Adams, and DeAndre Hopkins. He's allowed 30 completions on 42 targets. He has 2 passes defended and an interception. Detroit ranks bad. So, yeah, so he's going to be – okay, so they're saying he's a C so far. This season, but he's been hurt and he's been playing against top talent. I think this is a great pick. He's going to be their new Slay. He's the replacement for Slay. I think he's going to be a great corner for the rest of his career. So I get the C. I haven't paid too much attention to the Lions, so I don't have really a big opinion on this one, but I could definitely see that one. Next one's going to be Andrew Thomas. Now, I will say, as an unbiased Giants fan, I'm going to give it a D. Reason why is anytime you're a top 5 pick and you get benched at all for whatever reason, I know Joe Judge is your coach, it's not good. It's not good at all. He's come together. I think he had a good game against Tampa Bay. I think he's going to learn. I think he's going to get a lot better. I don't think he's a bust. I'm not going to write him off as a bust. I really do think he has all the talent in the world. He's just got to figure it out. And, this team, no Saquon and also just Daniel Jones kind of turn the ball over, holding on to the ball too long. It doesn't help Andrew Thomas's case at all. So I'm giving it a D. And let's see what they give it here. So they give it a D too. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. He's played a lot. He's been responsible for 5 sacks, which isn't really horrible when you look at it. 475 snaps, 5 sacks. It's bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not horrible. Yeah, they really just need to get better, man. They really do. But I'm not mad about it. I think he'll end up being good. Maybe we'll move him over to right tackle next year when Solder comes back. We'll see. But I've liked what our line has looked like this year compared to past years. So the next one's going to be Tua Tagovailoa, and they're going to say incomplete for the grade. Yeah, he had one game, threw one touchdown. Not a big deal. Didn't really get to do much because the defense was absolutely insane last week. So I don't really blame them for filling this one out as incomplete. He looked good for the plays that he did play. His first sack was a little scary, but he's been taking hits. He's making throws. It's everything we wanted to see and make sure Tua's healthy. So I'm very excited to see what Tua can do for this Dolphins team because I really do believe in Tua being a very solid quarterback for a long time. So I think the Dolphins fans should be very happy with that pick. Herbert is an A+. There's no way around it, and they're going to give him an A+ too. This guy is an absolute beast. I picked him up on fantasy, and I've reaped the benefits from him. I actually just sold him for a good bunch of players. But Herbert has just been airing it out, man. It hasn't translated to wins, kind of like what Burrow is. But the difference between him and Burrow is that he is making plays without mistakes, man. He is throwing touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, running in for touchdowns, breaking tackles, extending drives, doing all this other stuff. I didn't even know my mouse was on, so whatever. But he's been doing all of this, and unfortunately they've been blowing a lot of leads, and I think that's more or less the defensive side of the ball comparatively. But they've been insane. Herbert's been insane. Very happy to see what he's been doing for the Chargers. Good to see him performing as we all thought he would if he would have came out of college the year before. So now that he was the third quarterback taken off the board, he's been looking amazing. Derek Brown for the Panthers. I know nothing about Derek Brown this year. I've not watched a lot of Panthers games at all. They gave him a B. I think he's going to be one of the best defensive tackles within a couple of years. I really do. I think he's that good of a player. But let's see here. He has 18 tackles, a quarterback hit, 2 passes defended. Yeah, not horrible, not great. Panthers have been a weird team, and also it's new coach, new quarterback, no McCaffrey. It's been a very weird road for the Panthers, but I think they've been doing all right. So I'm not mad about this at all. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it. Like I said, I haven't really watched many Panthers games, so I can't really say too much about it. But Derek Brown, coming out of college, I loved him. I think he's going to be a great player for Panthers. So Panthers fans, him and Yetur Gross-Matos with Brian Burns, that's scary for the next few years down the line. I really do like that. Going to Isaiah Simmons, this has got to be like a D or an F, man. It can't be anything. C-, okay. Yes, he really hasn't done anything, man. He's not on the field. That's the problem. He's not on the field. And I think that's the struggle of where do we play him? Do we play him at the linebacker position? Do we play him at the safety position? Is he a weak side linebacker, strong side linebacker, middle linebacker, inside? It doesn't really – no one knows what his real position is. So his interception on Russell Wilson was his big play. But other than that, like I said, 12 tackles, 2 passes defended. Played fewer than 30% of the defensive snap in every game this season. Never played more than 21 snaps in a game. He's not doing anything. So right now, I'd give it a D or an F. I wouldn't give it a C-. Is very much, it's very generous of them. I don't know. I just don't think I don't think he's played enough to give him a real good grade. He just hasn't been on the field. And if he's not on the field, that means that he's either not performing in practice or something. With Chandler Jones being out, I figured they would be able to do something. Obviously, they got Marcus Golden back, but I don't know. I just figured Simmons would be on the field a lot more, especially being a top 10 pick. So, because I know that if they would have drafted, Jedrick Wills here and played him at right tackle, he would be on the field a lot more than Simmons would be. So, big risk, and it's not looking like it's turning out too great, but I don't think it's Simmons' fault. I think he has all the talent in the world as well. Going on to C.J. Henderson. Henderson's been very good this year. C+. He's on a bad team, so I don't really judge him, but he has done exactly what I thought he would. Been impressive of the first-year cornerbacks. I think so, too. He really has been playing out there. He's been an Iron Man. He's done a very good job when he's out there as well, which is good to see. But, yeah, he just hasn't been out there. He's on a bad team, injury-riddled team as well. They're not really finding their identity. No one really knows. He was named the Rookie of the Week in Week 1, which is good. But, yeah, I don't really think he's having a bad year. I don't think he's having a great year. He's a rookie corner. He can't really say too much about it. But I like Henderson a lot. I think he's going to regain himself. Jedrick Wills has been iffy. I think it's probably going to be a B. C+, yeah, not too far off. Some plays he mauls people. Some plays he is getting blown up. But the thing I've noticed the most, he's taking a lot of penalties, man. A lot of times when I'm watching the Browns game, especially when I had Odell on my fantasy team and he was healthy, I was watching a lot of Browns games, and he was taking a lot of false starts, a lot of holding calls. It's definitely been a little bit rough for him. But he is also learning a completely different position. I think he's playing the left tackle, right? Let's see. After playing right tackle, yeah, he switched to left side ahead of week 1. Yeah, he's left tackle now, and he was playing right tackle his whole time, so it's a growing pain. I don't really think it's bad, but he's definitely played pretty well. I think Will's doing a good job for them. Next pick is Mekhi Becton, who I've heard has been very good, but I haven't personally seen him, so they give him a B-. 3 sacks, 3 penalties this far. Yeah, so Mekhi Becton's a physical freak of nature, and Sam Darnold or Trevor Lawrence is going to be happy with him, especially next year as he grows more. But let's see, what does that say? Only 6 games, 55% of the snaps. So that's weird. But I think that he has all the talent in the world. He's a huge athletic freak. So they need to get him out there more. But be safe than sorry. Don't let those injuries riddle him. Henry Ruggs for the Raiders. I don't know, man, because he's done what they need him to do. It's been big plays for Ruggs, but the thing is that's pretty much it. He'll get one catch for 80 yards and a touchdown, but that's it in the game. So personally, for me, when you look at what CeeDee Lamb's doing, when you see Jerry Jeudy playing well, Mims came back off of injury, has looked pretty good for them. When you see all these other players, these young receivers doing very well, I'd give this like a C minus so far. They gave it a B. Wow, okay. Yeah, numbers don't do justice is what I'm saying. He really hasn't done much for me. I mean, the injury in the preseason was weird. Him puncturing his leg. One-on-one, we need him to win. Yeah, he has a good passer rating when he throws to Ruggs. But, yeah, Ruggs really isn't getting targeted, really isn't doing much. So I wouldn't say that he's having that great of a rookie year. He's having a decent rookie year. But I'd stick where I say, like a C minus C at the most. Next one's Tristan Wirfs, who's done very well with the Buccaneers. Buccaneers' offensive line has done very good. Yeah, B+. He's gotten blown up a lot. He's faced a lot of tough talent. But overall, this is a guy who was athletic, and we knew that coming out. So for him to be able to get back and take those first few steps back and really get there quicker is really nice, especially for a guy like Brady who needs to sit in that pocket. He's not really going to get out of the pocket. He needs about 3 seconds there to make the right read and make the throw, and Wirfs has been able to do that, especially against some tough talent. He's a rookie. He's going to make some mistakes. He's going to have some penalties. He's going to get blown up sometimes. But overall, I think the Buccaneers made a good pick with this one because it's a guy who can last beyond Brady, and that's really good for them. Next one is Javon Kinlaw for the Niners. I've seen him make a couple plays, but the Niners have been an absolute mess, so I have no clue what they're going to do this one. D- is what they're saying. Let's see. Buckner's thriving, obviously. Yeah. Kinlaw's played 62% of the snaps, 16 tackles, 0 sacks, and a quarterback hit. So here's the thing. He is a defensive tackle that is going to plug the middle. He's not really going to be one that's going to he's athletic, don't get me wrong. If you're comparing him to Derek Brown, he's going to be the one to get to the quarterback. But you need him to be able to plug those holes to, stop, force a double team, whatever you need him to do in that sense. It's not really to get those sacks. That's why you have Nick Bosa. That's why you have Armstead. The unfortunate part is that those guys are hurt. The 49ers are hurt. I mean, they have no one on their starting Super Bowl roster playing this week, I'm pretty sure is what they said. So, it's absolutely insane for them to think that he was going to have a good season with no Nick Bosa and no Armstead. Sherman's been hurt. I mean, it's pretty bad. So, I don't think, Solomon Thomas is out too. So, he hasn't had a great year, but I don't blame him. It's been a tough road for him. Jerry Jeudy, I'll give it a C+ or a B. C+. I thought he'd be doing a lot better. I think he'd be getting a lot more targets, especially with Sutton being out all year. I thought he would get hyper-targeted. He really hasn't. He's had a couple good games, couple good grabs, but overall, CeeDee Lamb's been the best receiver, man, and I knew that coming into the draft, but everyone thought Jerry Jeudy was going to be a beast, and he is a very good receiver, but he's not looking like he's going to be Julio Jones type like people were comparing him to. He's been good, though. He's been very good. I just thought he'd have a better role, especially with Sutton out, but there's guys like Tim Patrick that are really taking that role over. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I thought that he would have a lot better. He's not doing horrible, but I thought he would be doing a lot better than he would, especially with the Sutton injury. So not horrible, not great. AJ Terrell, the Falcons. Falcons have been getting just absolutely blasted, so I'm not going to blame him for this one. D-. I don't think it's Terrell's fault necessarily. I think he's going to be a good corner in the NFL, but just this Falcons defense was not ready to play at all. I'm not even going to have to talk about that one. CeeDee Lamb's an A. An A. They're giving it a B. No, it's an A. He has been an absolute beast. He has forced targets to his direction because of how wide open he is, because of his athleticism. He's been great on the punt return for them as well. This is a guy that, he's on pace to break 1,000 yards as a rookie. This is a very, very good player. Obviously, with no Prescott, it's going to ruin his rookie year, but he has all the talent in the world. I loved seeing him. He's been very good. Very happy to see him doing as well. Even though it's for the Cowboys, I really like to see him doing that well. And I'm a big fan of CeeDee Lamb this year. I think he's been doing well. I'd give it an A. Austin Jackson for the Dolphins. I don't know if he's even playing. A-. Oh, he is. Okay. He exited week 4 with a foot injury. He was on the IR. Okay, so they're saying he was playing very good before. Okay, so he played 100% of the snaps before that. Didn't allow a sack. Had 2 penalties, 244. Yes, that's very good. They've done the Dolphins have been very surprising. They've been very good. Jackson coming back should help them, especially because Tua is left-handed, so he's not even on the weak side, which is big for them. So I think that's good for Jackson. If they're saying he's doing good, I'm gonna believe him. I'm gonna give him an A- as well. Damon Arnett, not really sure about Damon Arnett either. They give him a C. I liked this pick. I didn't think they needed to take him in the first round. I thought he was going to be a steal of the second round. So for them to take him in the first, I mean, I like the prospect view of him because I was thinking the same thing. But, another guy where it's like their defense really hasn't always held up against opposing teams because, frankly, the corners just really aren't it, and David Arnett's one of them. They need better defense. They have guys like Max Crosby and Cleveland Farrell, Jonathan Abram over top, LaMarcus Joyner, yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's really a lackluster defense overall. Definitely needs more to improve on. So I think that he is going to do a lot better. He was injured a little bit, the hand injury. You see it on his picture there. But I think Arnett's going to be a solid corner. I don't think he's going to be ever a lockdown corner, but a solid number 2 corner I think would be very good. So I think C is fine for me. Kayvon Chaisson, has he done much for the Jags? Again, D right there. It's just like I said before, and even they say here, as previously noted, the Jags have just been bad, and it's not really the rookie's fault. The rookie's got to develop in the way that they can. I was never huge on Chaisson coming into the draft. I like him, but I just didn't think that he was as good as people were trying to make him out to be. I thought even taking him here was a little bit high. But 20 is not that's pretty far down in the draft. I was like, okay, if someone takes him here, I don't mind it. But I didn't see what everyone else saw in him. I thought he was gonna be a decent edge rusher, a pretty good one, but I didn't think he's gonna be a beast. And he's been all right. So this Jags team just got to get better, and they're gonna have to spend a lot of money in the offseason. We'll see what they can do, but I don't blame their rookies for being as bad as they are. They have another rookie coming up too. Jalen Reagor's been hurt. When he's been on the field, he's been decent. I give it like a C-. Yeah, C- perfectly. He's had some good plays. He's had some bad plays. He's had drops, which we've seen in college, carry over to the NFL, so hopefully he fixes that. Eagles fans hate drops, and they drafted a guy who drops a lot of footballs, so we'll see what it is. But the injury really held him out a lot. Justin Jefferson's an A+, in my opinion. A+. He has been absolutely phenomenal. Genuinely phenomenal. He fits that role perfectly. He takes over exactly what Diggs was able to do. He's able to do it at this pretty much almost the same level. Diggs is obviously a tier above him, but Jackson's right there, man. He's really giving a lot for Kirk Cousins to use. The problem is that they're not winning games, and that is always a big problem. It's almost rebuild time for Minnesota. They had a big win against the Packers, which was big for them. But you look at what the team has been able to do with Justin Jefferson, especially once they got him involved in week 3, week 4 when he really got involved. It's amazing, man. It's amazing to see. So Justin Jefferson's been an absolute beast. A+ for him. Kenneth Murray for the Chargers. He's actually made some plays. They have to be thrilled with how it is. Rookie linebacker A. Yeah, everything you thought about Kenneth Murray is exactly what you're getting out of him, man. The sideline-to-sideline speed is astronomical, man. You look at him, you think about guys like Roquan Smith and Devin White and, these guys that are able to cover, be on the left side and make a tackle on the right. It's a very rare thing to see as a guy with so much power and so much speed at the same time. But that's a guy that Murray is able to be for an NFL defense. So he's had a good year. He's been able to do much. 47 total tackles, 26 of them solo. He's also become the team's defensive field general in the wake of Derwin James. Yeah, Derwin James is the new Bob Sanders, man. Just getting injured a bunch, even though he has all the talent in the world. So we'll see how this team is next year. Again, this is a team that's young and developing. They don't really have a third receiver. It's a lot of different things. Eckler's been hurt. Derwin James is hurt. Tyrod got hurt. Herbert's been beast. So you look at what Herbert's doing. You look at what Kenneth Murray's doing. You look at how their team is doing. Another good draft, maybe some free agent pickups. This team's right back to contention next year. Let me go over to Cesar Ruiz for the Saints. I think he's been playing decently. I don't think he's been great. They give him an A-. Yeah, he hasn't been flagged through it. Yeah, it's just I don't know. With the guard position, it's more or less double teaming. It's more or less just handling your blocks. It's not really too big. This is another team that's been kind of weird. I don't disagree. I don't agree with the ranking. I don't really have much of opinion on it. I think I'd give him an A or a B+ or something like that because he's doing his job. That's really all it is. It's all you want him to be. He was a former center. He's playing guard now. Not doing bad, not doing great. He's just filling the role that you need him to do. And honestly, that's all you could ask for in an offensive lineman. Just be able to play the position and not be costly to your team. He's able to do that, and that's a big thing. We go over to Brandon Ayuk, who's had a very good season for the Niners when they got him involved. I give him a B+ or even an A-. Yeah, they give him a B. So the reason why I give him that is because the injury, when he came back off of it, the first week it was kind of like, is he going to do anything? Then he started exploding, hurdling over people, making crazy plays, scoring touchdowns. He's done a lot, and I think it's a very big bright side for them. So when he's healthy and Debo's healthy, I think they have a very good 1-2 tandem for the future of their team, whether that's with Garoppolo or with someone else, whether they keep their coordinators, whether they don't, whether they go on to new teams. This is going to be a very different team next year, but the injuries are really holding them out. Garoppolo may not be back this year. Mostert has been hurt. He might not. We don't know when he's going to be back. There's a lot of different injuries, and it's hard to see. It's hard to see a team just get developed by injuries, demolished by injuries, what I meant to say. But we've seen it with the whole NFC East, with the Eagles getting hurt, the Giants getting hurt. Everyone's getting hurt. So I think that Ayuk's had a good season, especially for that. But Forks up, obviously. I think he's been very good. Jordan Love for the Packers, he hasn't played. So we can just kind of skip past that one. They say incomplete. Jordan Brooks for the Seahawks, he's done decent. Yeah, just give him a C. They give him a D-. He's done all right. He hasn't really done much. It's exactly what I said. The fact that the guy who went after him is the reason why I think that he has been as bad as he is. But they believed in Brooks. They're going to die with that one. But the next guy, Patrick Queen, that's an A at the least, man. Yep, A. He's been a standout, bro. Probably the defensive rookie of the year at this moment in time because I think he's leading the rookies in tackles. He's exactly what I said he was. I don't know why people weren't comparing him to Devin White, who went top 5 the last year. And I thought that Patrick Queen was that good, top 15 at the least, but he fell all the way down to the Ravens, and it was a steal of a draft. I knew it as soon as they took him. I was like, this is a steal of the draft, man. Patrick Queen is an absolute beast. He has everything you want. He's big. He can catch. He's got sideline-to-sideline speed, like we've talked about. He's strong. He can shoot the gap. Everything you need in a linebacker in today's day and age, Patrick Queen has that, and he's proved it this year. Then we go over to Isaiah Wilson. I don't even think he's played because of the he's on the COVID list, and then he had that weird stuff in the beginning. Yeah, so it's incomplete. Where he got arrested was a DUI, I believe. So he hasn't made his debut. With Lawan out, it could help him now because he's going to be able to play either right or left tackle. So they'll be able to do that. So Wilson is definitely someone to look at. Igbenogany, I once again haven't seen. They gave him an F. So it would be a learning curve with the rookie. He has allowed 14 completions on 23 targets. And 3 touchdowns. Okay, so they're targeting the rookie. I get it. But when you have Byron Jones, Xavier Howard over you, it's going to be hard to develop him. And we'll see what they do with Igbenogany. He has that track speed, so they'll be able to kind of do more with him. But when you're a rookie, he's 20 years old, so he has so much time to develop. When you have a guy that young, you're going to want him to develop. He's going to get hyper-targeted. We saw this last year with DeAndre Baker and the Giants. There was not a pass that ever went to Janoris Jenkins' side. It was always right to Baker, always to Baker, always to Baker. And it made him look a lot worse than he actually was playing. It's just he was hyper-targeted, and people were just talented more than him at the time. So I think Igbenogany can go somewhere, but right now they're saying it's an F. I couldn't disagree more. Gladney, another guy like C.J. Henderson, where I don't think he's been playing necessarily horrible, but I do think that his team has been. So they're giving him a D. Yeah, I don't really blame it. Vikings are just a bad team. Their defense has been way worse than anyone could have expected. I knew that the Vikings were not going to be that good. I don't think I put them in my playoff video, but the fact that he's playing this bad is pretty – it sucks, man, but – again, it's just another product of he's like their number 1 corner already, man. It's pretty messed up. And then last but not least, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I already saw the grade they gave him. They gave him a C. He's an A, man. He's been an absolute beast. I don't really see anything wrong with him. I mean, Le'Veon Bell taking over his role sucks, but he's on pace for 1,500 scrimmage yards. James Robinson's a beast. So you can't compare him. Undrafted rookie. He is going to be very, very good. And I think that he has been the best rookie running back. I think James Robinson is probably the best rookie running back, but that was drafted. I think he was the best running back drafted. Jonathan Taylor showed flashes and then just was absolutely overtaken by Wilkins this last week. Swift has shown flashes, but again, AP kind of takes over that role. They've been throwing the ball a lot. If Stafford doesn't play, maybe Swift will have a bigger role this week, but it's definitely a hard pill to swallow to figure out what running back's going to be what, especially in today's day and age. But that's pretty much it for the video. About over 20 minutes. I did not think I was going that long. So if you're still here, appreciate you for sticking around. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Turn those notifications on, of course, so you can be on the notification squad. Let me know when videos come up as well. And then on top of that, comment down below, like I said, if you like these videos, what type of videos you'd want to see. We can try and make those work as well. If you stuck around until the end, appreciate you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave that like. If you didn't, just refresh the page, check it out again. Let me just think a second time. And without further ado, that's going to be it for me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.